The classical yoga system requires extreme mobilization of body and mind. The postures demand strict physical compliance and an unyielding grip on one's own attention. Up to this point in his manual, Patanjali has presented a purely mechanical process. He outlines a clinical, step-by-step psychological system engineered to suppress the constant, erratic fluctuations of human consciousness. Executing this system requires a practitioner to wage a constant, exhausting battle against their own subconscious habits. Every distraction must be caught. Every scattered thought must be pulled back to center by sheer force of will. Maintaining that level of strict internal vigilance creates immense psychological friction. Relying entirely on personal willpower eventually drains the practitioner, leaving a massive functional gap in the methodology. There needs to be a more efficient mechanism to bring the mind to total stillness. At Sutra 1.23, the text provides exactly that. Patanjali suddenly offers an alternative route that bypasses the friction of mechanical willpower entirely. The shift hinges on a single Sanskrit word buried in the continuous formatting of the original script, va, meaning or, Ishvara Pranidhana va, or by profound devotion to the Supreme Lord. A secondary path branches directly off the main text. Patanjali has built a strict scientific manual on human psychology. The introduction of a devotional, seemingly religious concept right in the middle of this technical framework demands an explanation. To understand what Patanjali is actually prescribing, we have to discard the modern assumptions attached to the word Lord. He is not referring to a sectarian deity, a human-like figure, or a punishing creator. This diagram illustrates the mechanics of Ishvara as defined in Sutras 1.24 and 1.25. It is a special Purusha, a pristine central node of consciousness completely isolated from the chaotic, overlapping rings of karma, worldly afflictions, and subconscious motivations. Because this state is entirely untouched by material cause and effect, it contains the unsurpassed, infinite origin of all knowledge. It dissolves the surrounding chaos into pure geometric order. Sutra 1.26 takes this a step further. Because this unconditioned consciousness exists outside the bounds of time, it serves as the original, eternal teacher of all the ancient masters who came before. For a human mind to actually grasp an infinite, formless concept, classical commentators rely on stepping stones. They use recognizable, multi-armed deities painted onto these palm leaf manuscripts to give practitioners a localized form to focus on. Ishvara functions as the objective state of unconditioned reality. By surrendering to this model, the practitioner attempts to mirror its absolute stillness. If this state of consciousness exists entirely beyond time and space, the practitioner needs a practical mechanism to access it. Sutra 1.27 provides the technological interface for that connection. It states that the sacred syllable Om, or the Pranava, is the direct acoustic designation of Ishvara. This waveform visualization maps the specific vibrational mechanics detailed in the Mandukya Upanishad. A single complex sound wave is split into 3 distinct frequency bands, the phonetic components A, U, and M. These frequencies correspond directly to the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious states of the human mind. Chanting Om functions as an acoustic technology. It is a precise vibrational tool designed to tune the physical human mind to the exact frequency of ultimate reality. The active application of this tool is outlined in Sutra 1.28. It requires japa, the constant murmuring repetition of the sound, paired with intense, unbroken concentration on its meaning. In his commentary on the sutras, Swami Vivekananda explains that this repetition acts as a targeted stimulus. It forces latent spiritual impressions buried deep within the mind to rise to the surface. Through this repetition, the vibration of the sound strengthens spiritual impressions in the mind. These new, positive impressions begin to overwrite older, chaotic habits, reordering the practitioner's psychological landscape into a unified state of clarity. Japa operates as a psychological reprogramming protocol. By using acoustic vibration, the practitioner bypasses the ego's standard defensive resistance. Sutra 1.29 details the immediate physiological result of this reprogramming. The practitioner experiences a sudden, effortless internalization of their sense consciousness. The energy that normally flows outward into the physical world is instantly redirected inward. Compare this to the grueling mechanical restriction of breath and posture we saw earlier. By dropping the ego, the internal belief that the individual is the sole doer of the action, the practitioner completely removes the friction of practice. When the mind shifts inward, the common mental obstacles described in the text begin to lose their influence. The practitioner transcends the dimension where these hindrances typically operate. Devotion and discipline work as complementary mechanisms. The disciplined preparation aligns the body and mind, while devotional surrender allows universal currents to take over. Intense directed effort gives way to a vast, effortless state of pure stillness. Patanjali has provided a highly efficient route to Samadhi. But if the path is clear, what prevents the practitioner from simply walking it? In the next episode, he details the 9 obstacles that quietly derail every spiritual journey.